All right, hocus pocus, everybody focus. Thank you guys so much. That was really fast. You guys gave me your 100% focus right up here as quick as you could. Thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. Okay, just like Mrs. Uresi had talked about, we're gonna learn about the beginning, middle, and end of the story. And we're gonna fill in our anchor chart here. It's split into 3 different sections. And we're gonna have our story element cards, which we learned about last week, right? Characters, solution, setting, theme. We're gonna figure out where these story elements belong in a storyline. There would either they belong in the beginning, the middle, or the end. And then after you help me figure out where these story elements belong within our storyline, then we're gonna look over John Henry. We'll do a quick picture walk because we read John Henry last week a couple of times, right? And we're going to use the story elements of John Henry. We're going to try to figure those out, like the characters that are in John Henry, the setting, the conflict, the solution, and the theme. And then we're going to fill those in together, okay? But first, I need to show you how to do this, okay? So give me a thumbs up if you understand what's going to happen, if you guys are ready, right? Good, 100%. Excellent. So let's start with the characters. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me what a character is in a story? Great, a lot of you are raising your hands. That's wonderful. That means all of y'all know what a character is. So Amy, can you tell me what a character is? That's right, that's the players in our story, right? Now, I'm gonna ask everybody a question, hands down. Ask everybody a question. Where do we think a writer of a good story is going to introduce the characters of that story? Raise your hand if you think the writer, he or she is going to introduce characters at the very end of a story. That's right. Usually, probably not, right? Nobody rose their hand. So that tells me you all know that characters are not likely going to be introduced at the end of a story. That's good. What about the beginning of a story? That's right. All of y'all raised your hands. That's great. You're right. Because a good writer is going to write a good story, and he or she's going to introduce those characters, the players in the story at the very beginning of their story. What about a setting? Somebody raise their hand and tell me what a setting is. Wow, you guys are so smart. Everybody's raising their hand. That means all of you know what a setting is. But Mike, can you tell me what a setting is? That's right, it's where our story is taking place. Can it be like in a barn? That's right, that's a setting. What if it was in a classroom? That's a setting too. Now, hands down, I want you guys to tell me thumbs up or thumbs down. We'll do thumbs up or thumbs down right now, okay? If you think the setting is usually introduced at the end of a story. Are we going to find out where our characters are at the end of a story? Or do you think that writer, what do you think? That's right, I see a lot of thumbs down. That's right, we're not going to wait till the end of the story to find out that this whole time the story was taking place in outer space. We're going to usually find that out much sooner in the story. Right? Now, give me a thumbs up if you think the setting is going to be, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think the setting is going to be in the beginning of a story. 100% thumbs up. You guys are so smart. That's right. The setting is going to be in the beginning of a story. What about a conflict or a problem? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you know what conflict is. Everybody has their thumbs up. This is a great classroom. This classroom is so smart. So, John, tell me what a conflict is. That's right, it's a problem, something that's going on with the characters that they have to deal with. Now, everybody thumbs down, hands down. Thumbs up or thumbs up though, this is the next question. Are we gonna find out what the problem is at the beginning of the story? Are they gonna introduce the characters, the setting, and then they're gonna say, and then there's a problem? Yeah, well, I'm seeing some thumbs up, thumbs down. That's okay. Yeah, that can be kind of confusing. Maybe. Usually in the beginning of a story, we're going to get introduced to characters, where they're at, and we're kind of going to get to know who these characters are. But give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think the conflict or problem is going to be in the middle. That's right. 100% thumbs up. Conflict is in the middle. So a good writer shows me who the characters are in the beginning, where the characters are, where the story is taking place. We get to know the characters a little bit better, and then it's going to kind of start shifting towards the middle of the story, and the characters get faced with a problem. Okay, what usually happens with a problem? There's going to be a solution, right? That means that characters solve the problem. Now, do we think this is going to be in the beginning, the middle, or the end? Let's say beginning, thumbs up or thumbs down? How many of you think it's going to be in the beginning? Yeah, not that many thumbs up. Everybody's saying thumbs down. Okay. What about the middle? I got about half the class is saying in the middle. What about the end? That's right. Thumbs up, 100% thumbs up, the end. That sounds more like it, right? Beginning of the story, we get our characters, we get our setting, we get to know who these characters are and where they're at, and the author, the writer says, let's move down to the middle, let's give them a juicy problem that they have to figure out, right? Okay, and then at the end, near the end, we're coming towards the end, the close of the story, these characters are solving their problem. I have one more story element card left over. It's the theme. And the theme is basically what the whole story is about. Are we gonna figure out the theme at the beginning? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down, that's right. What about the middle? That's right, thumbs down. It's gonna happen at the end. We need these characters, we need to be introduced to the characters, we need to know where they're at and what the problem is and the solution. We need to know all those 4 things before we can even come up with a theme. So the theme is always gonna be at the end. That's great. You guys, I'm so proud of you. Give yourself a pat in the back, kiss the brain. You guys are so smart. Okay, now we're gonna work on John Henry. We're gonna do a quick picture walk together because we already read this story twice last week. So we're gonna do a quick picture walk just to kind of refresh our brains. And then we're gonna try to figure out the characters, the setting, the conflict, the problem, the solution, and the theme of John Henry. And we're gonna fill in those story elements in the proper place. So that way, next time we read our own story, because after we do John Henry, we're gonna do another story, and you guys are already gonna know how to use your story elements. And when you can figure out those story elements, you're gonna, that's right. That was the beginning of the story. That was the middle, and that's what happened at the end. Okay? You guys did so good. So let's come up close. Everybody come to the carpet, and we'll do a quick picture up, and then we're gonna fill this in together, okay? Okay, so table 1, come on up. Then table 2,